Okay, this is a little poker cab that my buddy gave me, and I just converted it to this 60-in-1. And one of my friends told me I should take a video of it, so I am. Normally I wouldn't, but anyway, whatever. So here it is. It's a 60-in-1. You've got a joystick and 3 buttons, and then the 1 and 2 player. You've got the control panel. I mean, that coin door here. The one thing I did was I put chalk inside and an eraser, because the other thing I did was I painted the sides with this chalkboard paint, which is pretty cool. It works pretty well. So you can take that off and draw whatever you want on there. So I just did the sides, both sides, with the chalkboard paint. Of course, the back I redid it. New T molding, I bondoed anything that was kind of off on it. Rewired the switch, and maybe I'll show that. Rewired the switch. So I just actually have one screw in the back for the back door. Here we go. Just one screw on the back door. So here's the inside. So let's see. So I've got a flat screen. So it's a 19-inch flat screen monitor. Down below I have a switching power supply, 60-in-1 board. The wires kind of neatly put away. I actually put the test and coin switch up here in case I ever needed them. Whoever wanted them could have them. New leg levelers on it. There, I just cleaned this out in there. So there's a bucket of chalk and eraser. And then I ran a wire up to the switch up there on top. You've got one speaker that was already there, and you ran the wire up to the switch to turn it off. So you can one on, one off to turn it on or off. And yeah, new T molding, which was a little bit loose, the groove was, so I just used some hot glue in there to do that. But actually, I left the front black, like a flat black. And this is kind of an aluminum. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of an aluminum or metal, so I kind of sanded that. And then I did the same down here. It was aluminum, so what I did was I just painted it, and then I went back and sanded it off or scraped it off. I actually think I think it looks pretty good because it gives it a little bit of pop on the front, the little metal lines, and ties in with that. And I don't know if everybody's used a 60-in-1 board, but now it's in screensaver mode. So you can set it up to free play. What you do is you hit the player 1 button once, and then you can go through the games that are on there. And I've got legit dedicated arcade cabs and other multicades, but these aren't bad. I mean, so you go to the Galaga and then you hit player 1, and it boots up, and it's a 19-inch 4x5 monitor that way. Of course, there's a little bit of glare out here, so it's harder to see, but yeah, I think if I get back, you can kind of see. Yeah. And it plays fine. Plays absolutely fine. And there's a lot of dip switch settings that you can change on it. I actually just left it to the easy modes on all the games, which is, I think, because this is going to go in. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. I'm thinking about selling it. This is probably going to go in somebody's game room, either mine or somebody else's. It's just a fun little cab. The chalkboard thing my kids absolutely love, and that wasn't too hard to do. I sanded it because it had the wood veneer on it, so I sanded it really good, and then I put a couple coats of nice black paint with primer in it, and then there's just a chalkboard paint in a can, which I used, and I used a couple coats of that. Well, more than a couple coats. I used like about a can on each side. It's probably overkill. Let it cure for like 2 days. So just let it set for 2 days, and then you go back and let me show you what you do. Then they call it seasoning the chalkboard, and basically to season the chalkboard, this is what you do. You take the chalk like this, and you go like that all over the chalkboard, and then you do the other side, other way, like that. So you basically are filling all the little holes with chalk dust, and then you just come back and kind of erase it. And when I was reading about it, it said if you don't do that, then when you mark, you won't really be able to erase it very well in the beginning. So it gives it kind of a gray, chalky color, which I actually like, because you got the black T molding and the black front, and it just pops. It makes it very clear this is a chalkboard. So right now it's just Pac-Man, but you could see, My Arcade or your high scores, or I guess if you brew beer, whatever beer you're serving in your little pub, in your little bar. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to give a quick little vid of this 60-in-1 that I made. I thought it was kind of cool with the chalkboard side art, with the chalkboard paint on the side. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, you guys have fun. Bye.